Good morning. It is now 8:30 and I had to wake up to check some status. Wow, you see it's minus 27 degrees Celsius outside. I think the temp sensor might have stabilized now. Actually, it could be even lower. I'm not sure really. Well, okay. Now we're going to do another checkpoint after 7 hours. You see that. Okay, I should also point out something else here. If you look here, you see we have this section. What does it mean? The battery is cold, so, well, it's just a representation of it, but Tesla shows you that part of the battery is made unavailable, and then once you start driving the car, or if you preheat it, or if you charge it, and the battery heats up, you will get that energy back. So there's also this snow crystal here. So you see, it will display it as this towards the user, 51%, but the real state of charge is 55%. So about 4% is made unavailable. But if you look at the stats here, 12.7 kilowatt hour used now after 7 hours. That means only 1.8 kilowatt. This is simply amazing. The battery though has been cooled down, and there are no signs of that it has been heated up during the night. So that's probably why this car actually uses less energy than the Model 3 with heat pump, because that one used almost 2 kilowatt and it kept heating up the battery, keeping the battery at 8 degrees Celsius, but this one lets it drop. So even though I'm kind of awake now and ready to go, I think for the sake of that, okay, sorry for the white balance, but for the sake of the test, I need to camp here a couple of extra hours to see what happens with the battery, how low the temperature drops. So maybe now we have to pull out the thermal camera again. Well, let's check it out. This is FLIR 1, for you guys who don't know what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna just look through the FLIR camera now. You see, it's nice and warm in the front. Yeah, 25 towards the air vent here, it's even warmer also in the footwell. So I left the HVAC on automatic. You see, you want to just leave it on automatic, let it do its thing, and many times it will do the whole recircle. I can show you here, by the way. We just catch a cycle now. There, you see that there is a cycle where it pulls cold air from outside because it wants to have some oxygen and avoid fogging. So then the power is high. See, right now we're pulling 4 kilowatt, but then suddenly you will hear this boop sound, which it opens and closes the vent, and then it recirculates. So we're gonna wait and see if we see that cycle. It usually comes after a couple of minutes only. Wait for it, wait for it. Okay, maybe not, but you see, it was 3 kilowatt something, now we're down to 2 something kilowatt. And that, yeah, you see, suddenly now, below 2 kilowatt. Or it could be that we are already recycling now. So it's that's the magic. It automatically recycles and saves lots, yeah, you see, saves lots of energy by recycling. And I found out that if there, you had that little, there. Maybe I was talking too much, but okay, let's look here. Oops. You see, now it's, yeah, less than 2 kilowatt. So I found out that around 19.5 degrees was the best. When I had it on 2021, it was way too hot. Okay, but if we look at now the footwell, what about the infamous hot footwell? How is it over here? Oh, it's 35. It's kind of wasting energy keeping the footwell like this. I mean, since I used automatic on the other test, then I should also do it here. But ideally, what you could do is you could turn off the heater towards the footwell. Maybe only have this one, but then once you turn it off automatic, then I don't know if it will do the automatic recirculation. So if you do manual, you might be pulling in cold air all the time. Or if you only recirculate, then you will get slightly less oxygen in here over time. So I prefer to let the car control everything. Yeah, I wish actually it wasn't like in the old days where you can control some parameters, but then let the rest be automatic. That would be great if you can get that feature back again. But anyway, let's check out the rest now. So you will see that, oh yeah, above me, you see I have this this is just the regular mesh grill standard sun cover, and then I put some bubble wrap there to help insulate. So let's see how much that helps. Oh yeah, it stays at 12 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's kind of hard to show you, but it helps. Yeah, you see. But actually, you would even want to have even more, because you see it stays at 12 only I say, because the sunshade here, which is not designed for insulating against cold, is keeping it at higher temperature, 20 degrees. Huh. So yeah, okay, but then let's check the back. Look at the back. You see, I was sleeping here roughly, and I felt like it was getting a little bit cold over there. So let's check it out now. How is it? Oh yeah, there's, well, that gap, yeah, but actually the door side is not that cold. Huh. Okay, so maybe it's the leakage from the gaps then. The cold chill leaks down from above. But then I also felt like the footwell over here, well, I call it footwell, it's a trunk. You can't see much through the camera, this camera, but through here you can see that, whoa, you see? Yeah, that's what I felt like. It was cold. So it actually reports it as, wow, 2 degrees Celsius, 1 degree. Yeah, this is pretty cold. I put some acoustic foam back here to help insulate. You see, it actually makes wonders. I can't show you, but this is the acoustic foam thing I put there, because if you try to look past the acoustic foam right on the trunk, you see that is cold. Yeah. So interesting. I didn't bring the dices this time. I kind of forgot about it. Yeah. So you can say that I also didn't bring the sheepskin, which I did have in many of the other cars. Oh, this is interesting. When I touch my jacket here, I heat up the jacket, and then you can see parts of it. So actually, if I try to crawl back here, let me just touch something here, for example. If I touch it for a little bit, just a few seconds, you see that it is warmer. So the same goes for here, for example. If I just do this, and then you look through the camera, you see that it's warmer than the rest. Oh, focus, yeah. This is always fascinating. It is now 9:30 and it is minus 28 degrees Celsius outside. And that seems to make an impact on the consumption, because if you look now, the stats so far is that if you look at this one divided by 8 hours, the average power draw now through the whole night is 1.96. Huh, interesting. So I think the semi-low consumption we had last night was because it wasn't that cold, but now in the morning hour it gets really cold. So let me show you if I take off the cover here. Woof! Oh, there. You see, it was cloudy last night. Oh, let me turn on some. Okay, there. But then during the night it cleared up, and the earth will radiate during the night. Well, actually it radiates all the time, and then if you have clouds it will be reflected. But when there's no clouds, then the physics say that it will cool down more. So that's what happened. So the coldest time usually occurs right before sunrise, right around now really, and then once the sun comes up it starts heating up. So interesting. I think, oh yeah, and also you see that the temperature has dropped. I mean, the temperature in the pack has dropped to 2.25 degrees. This is something I haven't seen with the new cars with different type of batteries. So I was expecting the battery to heat up during the night. So even though I'm ready, I still want to wait a little bit more to see how cold the battery gets. I need to know. All right, 10:34, so it means that we are at the 9-hour mark. It's still minus 27 degrees outside. The car is down to 41%, well, according to this one. And then this one here shows that we have 46%. So after now 9 hours, we have 18.8 kilowatt hour used. So it means about 2.1 kilowatt on average. So it's slightly more now in the morning hours because it's cold, I guess. But it's not that far away from the other Model 3, and actually on par with, almost on par with e-Niro, but way less than ID3 to my big surprise. And also Leaf. I don't know why Leaf and ID3, especially ID3, is so thirsty compared to this one, because all the other cars we have tested now, they have heat pump, and this is the only car that doesn't have heat pump. So yeah, I don't know really. But okay, I think it's time to leave now. I mean, the sun has been, oh, look at that. The sun has been up for a long time now, so we better get going. Okay, there's a little bit of frost on the windows, also on the side. But anyway, let's see now. I haven't tried this since we parked here. So you see, these wires are stuck, torque and whatever. So if you press the brake, they will update. There, 0, 0. Temperature, whoa. Wow, stators are -16, -11, so that indicates that they haven't been in use. And then what about power? Wow, look at this. Even at 1 degree Celsius, I have 99 kilowatt power limit. Well, no regen, but so even I think now if I try to do our drag race against the 2021 Model 3 Performance, I would probably win. Okay, we're on the move, and I see that the tires are quite cold. Normally they would be at 3 bars, so because they are cold, then the pressure in the tire is low, but it will go up soon. So you see here also that we have almost no regen. Actually, yeah, basically no regen, but plenty of power. Yeah, this is quite punch. And Folldal today, nice. Yeah, always nice in Folldal. Okay, go. Boop, boop. Okay. We are now at the fast starter, just testing it out. So yeah, as expected. Well, it says, well, interesting. It says 0 kilowatt. You see, 0 kilowatt, but it is pulling something, because if you look here, you see that. Oh, it's kind of hard to, let me adjust here. You see that we are pulling 5 kilowatt for the afterburners, or I mean the motors. It's heating up the battery. So yeah, this is what happens. We've seen it before. So it's going to heat up the battery quickly, but we don't have to stay here too long. Just going to show you what happens. But the next stop now will be supercharger in Folldal, so we can just navigate to it now. Okay, go. Let's see. Well, I think we have to unplug first. It should start preheating, but let's show you outside. So this will probably be one of the last times I come to Folldal. Always nice weather here in Folldal. Yeah, I tend to, you know, the reason why it's always very often nice weather here is because I pick the days when it is cold, and it is usually cold when it's clear sky. So yeah. I just noticed there is some snow on the wheels. Maybe that's why it creates a little bit of unbalance. You see here. And actually, as we start driving now, the tires will heat up because of the friction, and then the tire will heat up the rim, and then the rim will start melting some of that snow, and then we get unbalanced wheels until long enough, then the snow will eventually disappear, and then you get better balanced wheels. So normally you get more unbalanced wheels initially once you start driving. So what is a taxi guy doing? Why did he have to come right here? But okay, let's get prepared and go to Folldal. Oh well, bye-bye Folldal for now. Maybe I'll come back again next winter. Or I feel like I'm kind of done with the Folldal test now. So, but yeah, this is weird. I navigated to a supercharger, and we are just 40 kilometers away, and the battery is quite cold, but it hasn't started preheating yet. I thought it would start right when we started driving. So, well, I guess the battery knows best, right? So, okay, we'll see then what kind of speed we get once we get over there. All right. 14 kilometers. Well, actually, it started at 16 kilometers before supercharger. It started preheating. You see it here, preconditioning battery, and also see in ScanMyTesla that these ones are active. They are heating it up. And and also the inlet is now increasing. You see that one there, 10.4 degrees. The battery is quite cold though, only 5.25 degrees. So I was getting worried, like, is it not supposed to preheat soon? Well, it preheats now, that's good. So actually, Tesla is one of the few cars that preheats before fast charging. Many car manufacturers, they claim that they have it. For example, now Audi e-tron, many people, even I thought for the longest time it had it. Turns out it doesn't preheat. The same for, I believe, also EQC, and also Polestar, Volvo doesn't do it. So I'm not sure about Taycan, but this is indeed a very nice feature that more car manufacturers should implement, because I've tested so many cars and Colgate is a very common problem. We are now at the supercharger in Folldal. Okay, let's take the consumption first. 251, corrected 256, and the other Model 3 with heat pump did it with 253, so very close. But then ID3 and Leaf was only 203. But you see, this is the effect of having to spend extra energy to heat up the battery. But actually, if you do the math, that's 50 watt-hour per kilometer difference. And well, let me see. Well, we can just do. It's actually 50. It's around 20% higher consumption. So we are only spending a few extra kilowatt-hour for the heat up. But on the other hand, we will have way less Colgate, or I mean, it will charge faster. But I'm wondering if there is a bug, because you know, you see that now this state of charge and the real state of charge is equal, but it was different. So I guess I will ask Tesla about this, so they can look into my logs. So what I can do is I can use the hazard lights. It's up here. Let me see, can you see it there? Yeah, I can do this, and that will usually be a mark for them to check the logs, because the logs has lots of data and they don't know where. Usually they will ask you what timestamp it is, but just say search for the hazard light, or you can say, you can also use this one and hold on the button and say, no, not that one. Wait, I haven't used it in a while. Was it this one? There. Bug report. Yeah, so I mean, I thought that bug report sent something out of the car, but it's not. It's just take some kind of mark checkpoint here and then put some mark in the log so they can find it easily. So yeah, well, 62 kilowatt now. Ooh, what the heck? Anyway, time for breakfast, which is noodle with vegan lobster. And as usual, again, I can repeat it, I bring 12-volt kettle, yes. Remember to ABC, always bring kettle. But with the Tesla, I usually don't have problem with frozen charge port. All right, we're done eating and we're at 76%, so wow, it's minus 25 degrees here. I think that's one of the coldest runs in this day 2. Okay, next stop will probably be Elverum. So let's go. We are getting close to Elverum. Well, close and close. We are 36 kilometers away. and it started preheating 40 kilometers away from Elverum. So you see, this is more normal case where it preheats a long time before. Yeah, so we get nice and hot battery by the time we reach Elverum. So okay, we'll see then how it goes. So now, right now, it's estimated 20% at arrival, and so hopefully we can get more than 120 kilowatts. Yeah, 130 kilowatt would be great. Yeah. We are now at the supercharger in Elverum. Okay, 1420. We came here. 113 kilowatt. That's good enough. I need to go to the restroom, stretch my leg, and then we can go home. Let's see. How much do we need to go home? Calculating. Ding. Well, okay, yeah, but we'll see then how long it takes, right? Oh man, I've been driving so many non-Teslas lately, and it's just a pleasure to drive Tesla. We've been here for 15 minutes and we're good to go home now. 15 minutes of supercharging. And this is not even version 3 supercharger, and it's even winter. Well, it's not even 15 minutes, it's 34 right now, but close enough. 14 minutes, we are at 56%, and right now, they're 35. So the car estimator will arrive with 12%. Yes, so off we go. We are finally back home in Oslo. So that was a nice trip, yeah. 700 and something kilometers. We had to correct it for the error, and about 247 something watt-hour per kilometer. So that is decent. I mean, it is kind of high, yes, but keep in mind that it was freezing cold outside. And remember, it was minus 25 many places, also minus 20 in most of the places we've been today. So, you know, that's unfortunately the reality for cars without heat pump. But even so, we have seen that cars with heat pump, like the Leaf and the ID3 and even the e-Niro, also struggles in extreme heat, extreme cold. So many cars, they cannot use the heat pump at those temperatures, minus 25 or minus 20. So then many cars, I think, well, at least I've seen it in Leaf, it resorts also to PTC heater, and this car has only PTC heater. But I was surprised that that MZ Hammer, this car, didn't really consume that much when we were camping. It did some recirculation, and that made wonders. So yeah, I guess you could achieve that same effect with the other cars, but then you have to start tapping into manual settings. We use automatic settings for all cars we tested. So, but I still feel like this car is kind of wasting energy, because we get leftover heat from the motors when we drive, and we also have lots of heat from the battery when we supercharge, and it just dumps it out, which is kind of stupid. So just that feeling that we are recirculating the heat into the cabin, you know, in the new cars, that, yeah. But still, you know, despite that, I still feel like this car travels just like the one with the heat pump. It charges fast, it has good range, and very convenient to drive with the autopilot and everything. So I don't really feel like, oh no, this one is much worse than the new one. No, it's more or less the same. So if you still have the old car, just be happy with it, yes. But I still gonna miss MZ Hammer, man. Yeah, he's too legit to quit, right? I have one more trip with him to Bergen and back again. I'm going to EV services to check the brakes. We have to inspect how the brakes are. And that's gonna be it. And then MC Hammer is history. Okay, anyway, I think that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.